Welcome to Workplace. This is Emily O'Brien. I'm Kelly Spence, and we're going to talk about quirks at work today. So I'll give you a quick intro, and want to make sure I get everything, so I'll just read it here. You caught the volunteer bug in high school, and you've led teams for Habitat for Humanity on several volunteer missions overseas, as well as served on the board of directors for a student volunteer organization. You have a love of sports and all things social, and you like to spread good buzz by doing good things and everywhere you go. So you have a background in sales and marketing, and you focused on Instagram marketing, and you developed actually close to 30,000 followers in 7 months, which is very cool. And you were the founder of Gather, that's with 2 R's, and it's a visual social media marketing consulting firm. That's a mouthful. We can deconstruct that, where you work with people every day that are passionate about their business. That's always a nice thing. And she helps them tell their story, develop their brand, and gather their audience on the hottest social media platform today, Instagram. And her handle is territuesday. And I can throw that up in the chat room in a couple of minutes. So welcome, Emily.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. It was a little bit of a gander down the graffiti alleyway, but
yes,
great experience. So
it was worth it.
I'm always up for the adventure.
Yeah.
So
okay, so I should tell you we're at Track 9 in Toronto, which is at Queen and Dufferin, and we just needed a studio to shoot this, and so here we are, and there is Fifi in the background. That's all I'm going to say, but it doesn't really sound like a little dog, but that's okay.
Is it a little dog?
No, it doesn't sound like a little dog. It sounds like a big dog. But, and I'm sure its name is not Fifi. So, so the title of the show is From Random Jobs to a Meaningful Career.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Random jobs to a very meaningful career.
Okay.
I'm so excited for the show. You have no idea.
Okay, so let's start with these random jobs, right?
Sure.
So you've had a ton of them. What were 3 of your favorite jobs?
So one of my favorites is definitely grave digging. So working at doing cemetery landscape maintenance. That's one of my first jobs.
Sure.
I really also enjoyed experiential marketing. So I worked with a company called Match Marketing, and we would go to all these events like across Ontario and do this like campaign for trophy nuts. So you'd like give out peanuts and like pecans and everything. And the funniest part of it was like the Toronto part of it when we weren't at like a fair or something was like we had to go out into the streets in these like ridiculous outfits and in the middle of Toronto, like downtown Concrete Jungle, in these farmers' daughter outfits and give out nuts with like the farmer as well, who was like an older man. So it was just like really, really weird.
Just a little bit, yeah.
I worked at Little Caesars. I worked at Sophie's Bakery.
Favorite.
Oh, favorite.
The ones that you had like the best experiences or most crazy experiences.
Blackberry. So I did I worked for Blackberry at University of Guelph. So I hosted an entire tournament, did up a whole bunch of promo to promote their Blackberry Storm. So this was like a while back.
Okay. Did you actually go to Guelph?
Yeah.
So did I.
No way.
Yeah.
Really? Got kicked out of res twice.
Very nice. Okay, cool. Alrighty. And so like out of those jobs, what were 3 of the best skills that you developed when you like kind of put it all together?
Definitely the ability to work with all sorts of different age groups. So getting a sense of how those people act and what they're like and how to relate to them. Mm-hmm. Which is really important. Like you can do everything from like babysitting to like I also worked as a dietary aide.
Okay.
So sort of totally different opposite ends of the spectrum. But being able to see where people's minds are at and be able to think like them and understand them. Yeah, I think was really important.
Sure.
So that's one skill.
Yep.
Patience is another skill.
Sure.
So, not only them, they were very patient with me learning, but also I was very patient with them. You know, when you work with older people, they don't necessarily understand how things work, like social media and all that stuff. So if you can be patient when teaching someone, it goes a long way.
Sure, absolutely.
And third skill, I guess, just like working cohesively, how to work cohesive,
Mm-hmm.
and having the ability to learn and always trying to learn in every scenario.
Sure,
Right.
sure.
So
No, no. Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you're always learning. The pace is even faster today. I mean, it just continually speeds up.
Yeah.
So it's an important skill to be able to teach yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk more about Instagram.
Yes.
So Terry Tuesday. Let's start with there. What is that? How did that start? What was the idea?
I'm so glad you asked me that. I keep meaning to like tell people on Instagram like what that means.
Yeah.
So actually, I went to Guelph.
Sure.
So since you know Guelph, you know a little bit about the bar scene there. So on Tuesdays, me and my old roommate Kelsey would go out because tequila was $2, and so you'd get terribly intoxicated or terribly hungover. So terrible Tuesdays, and yeah, $2 tequila at Trappers.
Those are actually
Trappers
good
Alley.
Tuesdays.
Yeah. So there's no line at the bar. You just get right in there, and you don't spend anything. So
Right.
It's terrible.
Which bar was that?
Trappers.
Trappers?
Yeah, it's like 3 bars, and one's like Trappers, Palace, and the Underground.
Well, yeah, it's very. I mean, Albion is where we used to go.
Okay.
Yeah, so on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, alrighty. So
So it just kind of stuck, and
yeah,
it was a funny story, and I'm all about being authentic and telling my story. So it's something that stuck that no one had really taken before. Instead of being Emily O'Brien 1987587, it's like, okay, here's a catchy name that people can spell, people can say, and people want to ask about it.
sure,
And it's funny.
sure, okay, alrighty, sounds good. And so you started putting out pictures,
Mm-hmm.
and why? Like, at what point did it start to take off, and why do you think it did?
I think it's really important to use your own voice and to not like over filter a photo and just to tell the story behind it. I always posted like really funny things, but it's like when I write my copy, it's like I'm talking to people. So people can really resonate with that. And I'm not trying to sell anything.
Sure.
It's more just sharing your experiences and also showing people like beautiful parts of the world or beautiful things or beautiful people, beautiful businesses, and helping to make the world smaller by showcasing that digitally.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
Sounds good. So are your audience then is from around the world then, pretty much?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know where like the concentration of the audience is?
Mostly Toronto and the States. When I lived in, and then also like a lot in Indonesia because I used to live there.
Okay.
Mind you, I didn't have Instagram when I went to Indonesia because I kind of caught on a little bit after. I actually got it right after I came back when I went to Argentina. But that's their way to like see what I'm doing, my like way of life, and it's a way for us to stay connected. And
Sure, absolutely.
yeah,
absolutely. Okay, and so like, why Instagram over say Facebook, Twitter? Let me see, and or other choices out there.
Because pictures are just like, there's so much more emotion in a picture that you can evoke from emotion. And Twitter's like you have 150 characters and that's it. And I talk a lot, so that's just not going to cut it for me. And if you want to tell a good story, it's hard to tell it through Twitter. But if you have a really compelling image, a really compelling story, it's going to evoke emotion.
Sure.
And make you memorable, essentially.
Okay. So it's more like a gallery versus Facebook. You have all these different posts that are in between, so it works better.
Yeah, and there's like so much like opinionated stuff I find, whereas I like tend to see Instagram as a way to share positive experiences.
Okay.
It's not a negative space or a place to complain. It's,
okay. All
and
right.
I like the positive aspect of it.
Okay, that's good. Okay. So let me see. You talked about having patience and working with all age groups, and you talked about constant learning. Are there any other skills when you, you know what? I'm gonna have to take a step back.
Sure.
Because, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna hang on to that question because we're gonna go to Gather. So
Okay.
let's do an introduction for Gather.
All right.
Instagram was my gateway drug. I'm addicted to helping brands achieve social success. So this is from Emily's website on Gather. That's with 2Rs.ca.
It's like Fiverr, but cooler.
Right. And so how did Terry Tuesday go to Gather?
I just realized that I really like posting pictures and I love the engagement that was surrounding it.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I started sharing images of things that were important in my life that I got from other businesses like CNBC and Eye Care and Liberty Village, like I really liked how helpful they were with me. So I decided to share an image and they really liked that. And so I realized how powerful sharing an image was.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't just want to do it for myself. I wanted to teach people how to do it as well.
Right.
Yeah, and just like my business coach, Sue Zimmerman, says, the more you let the light shine on others, the more it shines on you. And I didn't really think about that, but like that was really all I was doing, was just showcasing how much of a positive impact these people and these services had on my life. So I like to share it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you always been an entrepreneur?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All like since day one.
Okay. Okay.
I was like babysitting when I was 13, delivering flyers when I was 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
So I always knew that if I wanted something, I would have to work to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would always like figure out a way. Like through university, I worked all through university. Like I can't just not have a job or not do anything because there's so many things that I want to do and create, and you can't create that without working and meeting people.
Right.
Not only building relationships, but also building capital.
Sure. Absolutely.
Which are both crucial elements of being successful. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Sorry, I'm just.
Is it commercial break?
I'm just wondering what that is. I actually have no idea. We're looking at a picture on the screen. And
I think it's still live. See, look at the clock.
oh no, we're definitely still live. It is a commercial. Wow, I have not.
Workplace.
I haven't seen that before. Okay, good to know.
It's all about different experiences,
It is. Okay. Alrighty. So, always working, always meeting people, always building capital, very important. Are there any other skills that you pulled out of your kind of background to do what it is you're doing today with Gather?
Yep, for sure. Managing people, managing teams, event coordination, getting things done. I guess just organizational behavior, how people behave in certain scenarios, you can kind of study it.
Sure.
Like I was saying, I spend a lot of my time volunteering. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes when I was taking courses in school, I was felt like they were mandatory courses, and it's oh, so dry and boring. So I'd volunteer because I really wanted to learn, more about finance courses, and I wanted roles where I wasn't necessarily getting taught, but I had to volunteer for.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
And then you get to work with all these people from throughout the university, and then once you know people, once you work with people, you keep that relationship and it's there forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so some of my greatest skills I learned from just my volunteering. Mm-hmm. So, and you just also get to do really fun stuff and, work with animals. I was an ESL. I volunteered to be an ESL buddy. So when people would come over from Japan, students would come over from Japan or China for a semester, I would show them around Guelph and take them to fun places, like if they want to go bowling. So just working with people from all different nationalities and helping them immerse in new scenarios.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And then, I lived in Indonesia. So that alone, that was all volunteer. That wasn't paid, but they paid for my flight and my board.
Okay.
And just seeing how different areas of the world work and seeing how people can stay positive.
Everywhere is not like here.
Yeah.
For sure.
And they're so positive every day. They're so that's one thing I took away was okay, they are so happy with so much less. Why can't everyone just be like that? And they're so happy and they get things done. They don't show up at 9:00 and they're a minute late. It's they're not gonna get beat with a stick. So